everybody. Welcome back to Goodnight Lighthouse. I'm Miss Dorothy and I'm here to read you another story. And I have a book from a friend. That's right. I had a friend send me a note telling me what one of his favorite books are. And it's my friend from Pennsylvania, Malachi. Hi, Malachi. Miss Dorothy hasn't talked to you in a while, and I was so glad to get this note from you because I didn't know about this book and I didn't know about this bunny. My friend Malachi told me that he loves books about Betty Bunny, and especially the book Betty Bunny Loves Chocolate Cake. Betty Bunny loves chocolate cake. Malachi, do you love chocolate cake? Most of us do love chocolate cake, but not as much as Betty Bunny does, because loving chocolate cake gets Betty into a little bit of trouble. We need to get into this book and find out what happens with Betty Bunny and her chocolate cake. Are you ready to get into Malachi's book with me? Good. I need you to sit up and listen up, because here we go. Betty Bunny Loves Chocolate Cake. Written by Micheal B. Kaplan. Pictures by Stephane Jorisch. Betty Bunny was a handful. Ooh, she does look like a wild little bunny, doesn't she? She knew this because her mother always said, "Betty Bunny, you're a handful." And her father always said, "Your mother sure is right about that." Betty Bunny knew that her mother and father loved her, and so being a handful must be very, very good. One day, after a healthy dinner of carrots, potatoes, and peas, Mother said, "Who wants dessert?" "I have chocolate cake." Betty Bunny, who was not very good at trying new things, announced, "I hate chocolate cake. Chocolate cake is yucky." What's chocolate cake? Uh-oh. Betty doesn't like to try new things. I don't think she realizes chocolate cake is really yummy. So her mother gave her a piece, and Betty Bunny tried it. It was the yummiest thing she had ever put in her mouth. "Oh, when I grow up, I am going to marry chocolate cake," said Betty Bunny. "You can't marry a dessert," said her brother Henry. "You could marry a baker who makes chocolate cake," added her sister Kate. "Or you can just buy a cake at the store, and then you don't have to marry anyone," said their older brother Bill. They're all trying to explain to her she can't marry a piece of cake. Betty Bunny thought about it for a while. "No," she finally said. "I am going to marry chocolate cake." "Whatever," said Bill. "But you're going to have weird-looking kids." That's silly. That night, Betty Bunny's mother kissed her and tucked her in. "Good night, Betty Bunny. I love you," she said. Betty Bunny looked up into her mother's eyes and said, "Good night, Mommy. I love chocolate cake." Uh-oh, she's getting a little carried away with the chocolate cake. The next day at school, Betty Bunny's teacher said, "Good morning, Betty Bunny. How are you?" Betty Bunny said, "I'm a handful, and I love chocolate cake." Wow, she's telling everybody. Her teacher said, "A is for apple, B is for ball, C is for cat." Betty Bunny said, "A is for chocolate cake, B is for chocolate cake, C is for chocolate cake." And that is not correct. During playground time, Betty Bunny tried to make chocolate cake by mixing water and dirt. It looked a little like chocolate cake, but it didn't taste very much like chocolate cake. Betty Bunny started to cry. "Oh, I want chocolate cake," she said. Her teacher told her that they had no chocolate cake at school. Betty Bunny said, "I hate school. School is yucky." Uh-oh, now she's not being very good at all. After school, her mother drove her home. "How was your day?" she asked. "I ate mud," Betty Bunny answered unhappily. "I want chocolate cake." "Sometimes," her mother explained, You can't have what you want right away. You need to wait, and that's called having patience. But I don't want to have patience, Betty Bunny protested. I want to have chocolate cake. Uh-oh, she's going to find herself in trouble if she doesn't change that attitude. That night at dinner, her mother told Betty Bunny she could not have dessert until she ate a healthy dinner. Usually, Betty Bunny liked healthy food. Not tonight. Tonight, all she wanted was chocolate cake. Her father told her, "Don't come hopping to me to get a different answer." She's trying to get somebody to give her chocolate cake before dinner. Henry said, "If you were smart, you'd eat some peas." Kate said, "You should try some carrots. They make cake out of them, you know." Bill said, "Why don't you have some chocolate cake? That's what you really want." "Oh, no, wait, you can't." Her brother's teasing her. Betty Bunny picked up some peas. She threw them at Henry. She threw some carrots at Kate. And worst of all, she threw mashed potatoes at Bill. They stuck to his forehead. Everyone was shocked. Even Betty Bunny was shocked. She hadn't really meant to do something awful. Uh-oh, she's throwing a temper tantrum, she's throwing food, and she's going to get in big trouble. Mother was not happy that Bill had teased his sister. She was even less happy with Betty Bunny. She told Betty Bunny to go straight to bed. There would be no chocolate cake tonight. Betty Bunny screamed, "This family is yucky!" Uh-oh, there's trouble coming her way. Then she remembered she was hungry, so she crammed her mouth full of peas, carrots, and mashed potatoes and ran off to bed. This is not good, Betty. When her mother came into her room to kiss her goodnight, she told Betty Bunny, "Sweetheart, you know that I still love you." "Mommy," Betty Bunny said, "you know that I still love chocolate cake." She still has a really poor attitude. Just thinking about the cake she was not eating made her cry. Then it made her scream. Then it made her kick the wall, which hurt her foot, which made her cry all over again. "Betty Bunny," her mother said as she rubbed the little bunny's foot, "I am going to put a piece of chocolate cake on a plate in the refrigerator. It will be your piece of cake, and you can eat it tomorrow after a healthy dinner. Maybe, if you know it's there waiting for you, it will be easier to be patient." Betty Bunny stopped crying. She liked the idea, so she wanted to say something especially nice to her mother. "Mommy," she said, "you're a handful." She told her mommy she was a handful because she thinks that means I love you. The next morning, Betty Bunny wanted to say goodbye to her chocolate cake before she left for school. So she opened the refrigerator and she saw her piece of cake sitting on its plate. It looked so lonely. Betty Bunny knew that the cake would miss her all day while she was at school. So she picked it up and put it in her pocket. "No, Betty, no, don't do it." At school, her teacher said, "Betty Bunny, you seem very happy today." Betty Bunny just giggled. There was chocolate cake in her pocket, and no one knew it but her. As Betty Bunny finished munching her last carrot at dinner that night, her mother smiled. "Betty Bunny," she said, "you were patient and waited all day for your cake. You ate a good dinner. I am very proud of you. Would you like to get out your cake now?" Betty Bunny reached into her pocket. Her cake was gone. Instead of cake, her pocket was filled with brown, goopy mess. Oh no, the cake melted and squished all over her pocket. "My cake!" Betty yelled. Henry said, "I can't believe you put cake in your pocket." Kate said, "Betty Bunny, food doesn't go in your pocket." Bill said, "Guess you can't marry that piece of cake now." Uh-oh, Bill's teasing her again. Her mother got her a new piece of cake, and she explained that putting cake in your pocket is not really the same as being patient. Betty Bunny finally understood. She promised from now on she would be patient. And so the next morning, when Betty Bunny opened the refrigerator to say goodbye to her new piece of cake, she remembered that she couldn't put it in her pocket. Good Betty. "Oh no! and that is why she stuffed it very carefully into her sock. Oh no, Betty. No! She's gonna put it in her sock? Oh no! She tried to put the chocolate cake in her pocket and it got all melted and gooey. That's gonna happen in her sock. Betty Bunny is not learning the lesson she needs to learn. She needs to learn to be patient, and she'll get chocolate cake when it's time for chocolate cake. She keeps sticking in her clothes. She's never gonna get chocolate cake. This is a very silly bunny, but she sure did love her chocolate cake. And they were right. She is a handful. Betty Bunny is a pretty crazy wild bunny, but she loves what she loves, and I can't blame her for loving chocolate cake. That was a good book. Malachi, thank you for sending that to Miss Dorothy. I know my friends probably loved it too, because I'm sure all my friends love chocolate cake. But don't stick it in your sock. You can't do that, or your pocket. Leave it aside. Wait till Mom says it's time, because the longer you wait for it, the better it's gonna be, because chocolate cake is always yummy. But we can't have any chocolate cake tonight, because it's time for all my little bunnies to hop into bed. I need you to get under your covers, get cuddled up, curled up, ready for a really good night's sleep. And tomorrow, if Mom says you're gonna have chocolate cake after dinner, be patient. Leave it alone. Don't put it in your sock, and you'll get the chocolate cake when it's time for chocolate cake. And when Mom says eat dinner so you can have chocolate cake, obey, and obey right away. And then come back and see Miss Dorothy, because I'm going to be sitting right here ready to read another book to you. Bye! Thanks for reading with Miss Dorothy. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll come back soon to read another. What's your favorite book? Drop Miss Dorothy a note and let me know. I'll go find it and I'll read it to you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon.